One thing you niggas gotta realize is that 99% of people in society have no control over their desires. If you let everyone and anybody do whatever they want and there was no limitation or no type of restriction, 99% of people will literally be dead already. You guys see the world as it is, and you already see how people's desires get the best of them and kill them, ruin them, and make them lose things that they hold value. And this is with limitation and restrictions such as money, um, limitations based upon people may have even spiritual limitations such as anxiety or abilities to even manifest things. And even with this, you'll see people still kill themselves over it. So imagine if all of these limitations were unblocked, whether it be spiritual or physical limitations that is set upon people to keep them from going overboard. There'll be a situation where everybody's in chaos. So this is why I say I'm not saying like I'm not saying limitation in money is good because I fucking hate it. But what I am saying is you have a lot of retarded dumbass spirits who they make it a reason why this shit exists. Like a lot of this shit doesn't need to exist, but the lack of these spirits and their willingness to want to evolve, this is what creates dumbass stupid shit like financial institutions and fucking spiritual restrictions that people may have, and lack of manifestation and all of these things, so people can actually do the work to be able to understand, so when they get these things they don't let it fucking kill them. And this goes beyond just money. This is even spiritual. Like a lot of you guys may feel like you're blocked all the time, or maybe you grew up and you had certain things, and things just, you had the ability to do things, but you always were depressed, or you always had anxiety, or every time you fucking wanted to date somebody, they were always a fucking, like, they were somebody you couldn't relate to, or they were just a problem. But in reality, you're looking at it like they're the problem. But in reality, if you had somebody that wasn't a problem, you would be the problem. Because if you don't fix yourself, it will always manifest. Like you'll see somebody complain about, oh, I can never find nobody. I can never find nobody. Anybody who's always complaining that they can never find anyone, if they were to find somebody that did that was a yes man or a yes woman to that individual will still sabotage that shit, and then run that person out, and then complain how nobody is normal, because this is how humans are. If you don't, human beings, like if you don't do the work, the reality will always shape and form to fuck you up and make you realize you need to do the work. So this is why, like I say, like people need to just really know no one really needs to do shit, because if you don't do shit, you're just going to end up experiencing a lot of tower moments and a lot of hell in your life, which this is why you see the world the way it is, because everyone's trying to chase something that they really have no business getting. Like not everyone deserves to have a good life. And when I say that, I'm not saying that nobody can have a good life. I'm saying it as in, if you want a good life, you have to fucking work for it. Not somebody needs to give it to you. This is why I say not everyone deserves a good life, because some people don't deserve a good life. There's a lot of evil, bad people in this world. Their mentality is bad. Evil is not just you killing somebody, murdering, raping, or doing that. That's one type of evil. That's an aspect within its own, and that is evil, depending on the situation. Obviously, I'm not gonna be absolute, because certain situations is warranted on a bigger totality. But that's an aspect of evil. But there's also evil like in ignorance and you not doing something. You witnessing somebody getting killed and then you didn't do shit, and then the dude got in the car and you drove him and he got away. That's the evil, but it's not. You may say, oh, I didn't do anything, I just drove a car, and I was just there. I just was just sitting there and I drove a car. What did I do? But it's a different aspect. So you have people willingly participating in this system, in this cult, and then when their life fucks up, they complain, why is God doing this to me? But it's like, you're participating in this cult. Like if you're participating in going to eat Thanksgiving dinner every day, and then you complain down the line why you have diabetes and you're sick, and it's God's fault, or this, like, bitch, you ate that shit. Even when you talk about, oh, blame the government for the food, they put stuff in the food. Nobody says you gotta eat. You see Brett Theron, you see my channel. I'm not saying you don't eat shit, but you can eat less and you can eat healthier foods. Nobody's forced you to eat the GMO shit in there. The fuck? It's like you see crack houses, but you will make fun of a crackhead for doing crack. What the fuck is the point of you won't make fun of a crackhead. You will make fun of a crackhead for doing crack, but you won't go do crack yourself because you know better. But for some reason, you eat the junk food and you will complain the government is poisoning the food, whereas just don't eat that fucking food. Go grow your own food or eat the healthiest option available if you don't have access to grow, such as organic, which is going to do the least amount of damage. And when you're doing that, cleanse the body and regularly fast weekly, whether it be 3 to 4 times a week, and then you can minimize the issues that will come. You can do that, but nobody wants to do that, and everyone say, "Oh, the government's doing that, the government's doing that." When in reality, like a lot of people bring a lot of shit upon them fucking selves. Is what I'm realizing. And I'm not saying like fuck the government. I hate the government. You guys already know I'm not, but I'm just saying like the people is responsible for why the government is even here. So yeah, I hate the government, but I also hate the accomplices and the reasons for why a government even exists, which is the people. They're the reasons that exist. So you can't just get mad at the wolf. You got to get mad at the stupid fuck who keeps leaving meat in front of your house, attracting the wolves. If you just keep hating the wolves and the dudes that keep leaving meat, wolves are gonna be fucking wolves. You can get angry at them and I can kill them, but they're gonna always still be a wolf. I want to get wolves out of my reality, aka the government out of my fucking reality. So you have to deal with what is allowing it, and this is fucking retarded, stupid people. You see what I'm saying? The world is already fucked up the way it is, and this is with limitations. So imagine if it was a free for all with the consciousness that everybody's currently at, this world will be chaos. So this is why I tell you guys gotta understand like what the fuck is going on here. That's why the best thing to do is just do what you gotta do and do the work, and that's really what it is. And if it's 2024 and you still don't know what the work is, you're behind. That shouldn't even be a question. How do you go within? How do you do the work? The reason a lot of people used to ask how to go within was because back in back in like 2017, 18, the spirit in the new, not even then, even right now, but can you have a lot of these spiritual channels out here that promote a lot of this bullshit fairy tale, magical fairy world and dragons and all this other shit. So when they say go within, people think it's like going fucking closing your eyes and then hoping that you see some fucking shapes and forms, and then you go into another reality and then you talk to some being and it tells you what you need to do, and then it fixes all the little organs within your little spiritual body, and then you come into the real body and then you're healed. Like that's what a lot of people assume when you say go within, but that's not what that shit fucking is. Going within means actually doing certain things within the fucking external world to get your ass fucking in a position that you need to fucking be in. That's actually going within. So anybody asking how do I go within doesn't even really know how to wash their own fucking ass. Metaphorically speaking, you don't know how to wash your ass. You don't know how to go up and do what the fuck you got to do. Not even metaphorically, but physically speaking, because in some cases your asses fucking stink. Like these stink pussy bitch ass tarot readers. Need I go on? You already know about the tarot readers that carry those fucking 3,000 card decks with them, where a card deck is fucking like this big. Like how the fuck that makes sense? So I don't even need to go on, but you guys see what I'm saying. A lot of people they have a weird perception about fucking reality that is not truthful, and this is what leads them to ask stupid dumbass fucking questions, and then they'll blame certain things that is really their fault. Like the reason the government exists is because we have a lot of stupid fucking people here. If you want to get mad that the government exists, blame majority of the population, because their awareness is not at a level where they're able to get to where they're able to be where they're at. This is why a lot of the karma they don't experience, because they know certain things. And in certain instances, it's certain sheep don't need to know certain things, because a lot of sheep out here, imagine if they knew how to circumvent karma, they'll be able to get away with a lot of shit, like a murderer or a rapist or somebody who's just a fucking dickhead who needs to get punished. They don't need to learn they don't need to know certain information, because if they did, they wouldn't be punished for their things, the deeds that they're doing. So it's like, it's a good, like if a cop kills somebody, an average cop is a fucking idiot. They're stupid. If a cop kills some black kid unjustly, whatever, he doesn't know how to circumvent karma and do all that shit. So that's a good thing he doesn't know, so he can be punished for that shit. So that's just one of many things that most sheep don't need to learn certain shit, to be honest. They really don't. So at the same time, it's like, it's just about knowing what you need to know. You don't need to know everything. I don't want to know everything. You need to know what you need to know. I don't want to know what your ugly ass, fat ass grandmother looks like in a fucking Daisy Duke. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know that. So that's part, like, you don't want to know everything. And you could take that to any fucking level. Certain things, in order for you to know, you got to go through some experiences. A lot of motherfuckers think just to know something just means you just know it, and you got to experience it and go through certain work. Just like in order to get $1,000,000 from opening a business and running a successful venture, you have to first, I don't know, open a fucking business and run a business that is a successful venture. If you don't do that, you won't be able to say that I have $1,000,000 from running a business from a successful venture. So in order to get certain knowledge, don't you think it's the same thing? You have to actually do certain experiences as a spirit and soul to get to that fucking level. That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys gotta understand, like, what the fuck's going on here. So a lot of these niggas, like, oh, like, you know, some of the time, some things you just don't want to know and you don't need to know at this moment. And you just, and whatever you need to know, you already have the ability to know that. So just keep that in mind. And I want to end it like this, because I want to take this, I want to take this channel more serious, because the spirit is telling me to take it serious. So I listen to my spirit. I don't give a fuck about anybody or anything. I don't appease anybody. I don't change the way I am for no human flesh in this fucking world. I don't give a fuck if you're my fucking mother or my family. I can give a fuck about that shit. I don't look at family like the way you niggas look at family, because I came in this world and I'm gonna die alone. So I don't look at that shit. So once the spirit tells me to do something serious, then that's the only thing that matters to me, and that's how it should matter to you too. Because at the end of the day, there is no such thing as conditional love. There really ain't no love in this world. Some of you guys already know that. Like, depending on the situation you're going to, like me, I made a lot of mistakes in my life that I'm actually glad I made, because I was able to see the truth in certain people and certain family members. Like, I'm not saying I'm glad, I don't want to say I'm glad I made them, but if I would have, let's just say if I would have done certain shit 10 years ago, I wouldn't have been able to I wouldn't have made those mistakes for me to see the demons that I'm seeing in people as a result of I didn't do something. Because if I, like, for example, let's just say if you had your shit together at age 18, everybody in your family will be like, oh, they're nice, and look at this guy, he's smart, and they'll praise you and be respectful to you, and you will think that's normal. But if you didn't get your shit together at 18 and you were like 27 and you didn't have your shit together, those people will probably look down upon you, disrespect you. But if you got your shit together at 27 after they disrespect you and look down, you'll have a different perception, because you went through the experience of knowing that they didn't fuck with you when you were down. So now when you're around, all these people come around, as like, where the fuck you come from? You see what I'm saying? Because you're able to see. So sometimes mistakes can bring out the truth in other people. You see what I'm saying? Like, for example, like, there was a time, like, I remember this dude said, he made a good point. And he's like, he was this guy, he's like, I want to find a girl. He said he always wanted to find a girl when he was younger. But then once he got to a certain age, he stopped looking, because he's like, I've gotten here by myself and I'm successful. So anybody that comes in my life, I'm gonna be looking at them like, where the fuck you come from? And then based upon that, I can't treat you like I really would have treated you if you were there with me, because I've already done everything. I've already got to climb the mountain. So where the fuck you come from? If I was at the bottom or possibly even at the middle of it and you help me get to the top, then we can work. But now, based upon that, I'm already here. Now my relationships are like changing. And now this is why you forces people to just be cold and only care about people and dealing with business and money. And it's just a dog eat dog world, like they say, for most people. Because once you climb that ladder and you don't have nobody to go up there with you, then that's when they say it's lonely at the top. That's why if you're young, if you like relate like me, I don't care about relationships that much in terms of needing people because I have an Aries moon and Aquarius stellium. But a lot of other people, you guys have a lot of Venus and Leo, or Leo and Venus and Libra in your chart. So you may care about other people. And if you do, when you're young, make sure you have somebody you can work with to get you to that, to work with you, and you can build together. So by the time you get there, you can have somebody you're with. Other than that, when you get there, you're not going to want to deal with anybody because everyone's at that point you're going to look at as a vampire, as a leech, as a motherfucking piece of shit, because where the fuck you come from is going to be that type of energy. So that's what I'm realizing. And even this is what I'm even seeing in my life right now. Like, as I get more aware and evolve, especially right now, because I have Pisces, Sun in Pisces in the seventh house, and it's Saturn there. Saturn's in Pisces. I don't have Saturn in Pisces. I have Saturn in Aquarius, but I have Pisces Sun. But right now, Saturn is in Pisces. So it's conflicting my seventh house. And I'm seeing like people in my relationships and life, and even how I'm dealing with people in public, I have a very Saturnian disdain for them. Like, I don't like a lot of people, and I can see energy. If I like, and it sucks because it, it's to a point where if I deal with 99% of people, I have to be vampiric, or I have to use them for something. And I'm not saying use them like in a negative way. I'm like, I got something, you got something, we could work together. Or if you don't got something and I don't got nothing, I can't fuck with you. Or if you got something, or if you don't got nothing and I got something, I can't fuck with you, or vice versa. Because even if it's vice versa, then I'm gonna be a fucking vampire and leech. So it's like it's that type of situation. So um that's why I'm like, I'm glad I have my alignments with my Aquarius stellium and my moon in Aries, because it allows me to be able to just be solo and just not give a fuck and do my own thing. But at the same time, the negative of that is you can actually slow your spiritual path, because in this reality you need to work as a team. That's what I'm starting to realize. So I'm trying to make it where I can work as a team, but the only way I can see doing that is just being on some serious shit. You see what I'm saying? So it's just something we all have to work through. But I just want to really just say that because I'm just seeing a lot of fucking like confusion out in this world. And even people watch my channel, like I know it's a lot of people who watch my channel, you guys are like not lost, but you're not where you need to be, is what I should say. And we need to be where we need to be right now and do what we got to do. Like there's no way, like all the things you're talking about. Oh, when I want to do this one day, I want to do that one day, tomorrow I want to do this. So you have all these plans. All of those plans should have been happening right now. Always think about that. When you say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, you should have been doing that shit right now. Because eventually you're going to get to an age like 50 where it's going to hit you like, man, all of these things I said I want to do and I'm still not doing it. And I want to do them, but it may take me 20 years to do it and I'm going to be 70. And since I'm not on breatharian, I may end up dying at age 80 or 90 and not be able to do it. You see what I'm saying? Like, so it's like these thoughts will come. This is why you got niggas with midlife crisis and all that fucking shit. Like, oh, they have a midlife crisis and then end up dying with regrets and shit. And then it leads you to come into a life with a lot of anger and upsetness, and just you don't want to die like that, because then you come into the next life, you're gonna have a lot of anger, resentment, and other issues that's gonna be harder for you to even overcome. So like, you don't want to do that. And a lot of you niggas is wasting your life working at these 9 to 5s, which is like nothing wrong with working with a 9 to 5, but you gotta like, it should be a plan. When you go to a 9 to 5, go there, get with the money, say I want to save this money, I have a plan to do this, and make sure your plan is backed up by spirit. It's backed up by something spiritual. Because don't just go in there with some plan. You went on YouTube, you seen this fucking regular nigga do this, and then you want to do it because it looks cool. That's not a fucking plan. A plan is what's within, that's spiritual, that only you can know. That's a plan. Anything else is just you were on fucking YouTube and you see a content creator talk about something that was probably his plan, which is nothing wrong with it, and you take it like it's your plan because it looks cool. Oh, I want to be a streamer and gamer because you want to play games online for free. The people who are successful at streaming and gaming is their fucking life. If you look at their actual life, I've known individuals who are streaming. One of my homies, he lives up in, I don't want to say a city, but well, he lives in Sacramento. He lives up there. I went to school in high school. He streams on Twitch. This nigga back in high school, this nigga was good at fucking video games. He was like a professional. He played with like the MLG people in like Halo. So when he does it, it's his life. This spiritual, this health shit is my life. A person who's gaming, that's their life. I've seen there's people who game, they have over 400 days played on one video game, which is years on one game, and then they're known for that. That's their fucking life. So you can't just go up, and that's with anything in life, even with health. You gotta go through something to be really in it. Fucking your spirit, deep esoteric. You see all the deep people that be speaking. They've lived this shit. It's not like something they watch and they, oh, it looks cool and I want to go and do this because it's easy and it sounds cool. Like that's how a lot of niggas, they look on YouTube, they see shit and then they be like, oh, this person's doing it, but you don't know what they're going through behind closed doors to even get themselves in that position. They went through some shit related to that to even be able to manifest so much energy from that thing that they're doing. You guys got to understand. And I'm gonna go ahead and end this video because this shit's getting really, I have 22 minutes left on it, or one more minute actually. I can only record for 22 minutes, so, but I would go longer, but I'm gonna end this and I'm gonna come back with you guys later. I'm gonna try to take this channel a lot more serious, and this is because Spirit's been telling me I need to really take this shit serious, and I don't give a fuck what any of you niggas think. It's not about, oh, I'm doing this for, I don't give a fuck. To be honest, if it was up to me, I would keep talking my shit. But like I said, you gotta like switch that for my spirit. Because people told me on my channel, oh, you should be more respectful. I didn't fucking listen to them because I like being disrespectful. But once the spirit tells me I need to do something, then I'm about to fucking do it. So I'm gonna have to tone it down a little bit for the spirit's sake, so I can because I have a lot of messages. I'm one of the most intelligent people on this fucking planet. I'm one of the most intelligent people on this fucking planet. 99.9% of people are fucking idiots compared to me. They ain't shit. So for me to ruin my message with a whole bunch of disrespect is just kind of like not smart on my part. So like that, because I know I'm better than most people. That's not no me. That's a fucking fact, and I know that. So I'm gonna end this video. And that's one thing I won't stop. I won't end and quit. Is my egomaniac and egotistical perception of myself that will never fucking stop. I am the motherfucking shit.